Hi, I'm Linda, your psychic medium spiritual advisor, and I am here today to talk about all things Akashic Records. So let's go ahead and dive in because I know there's a lot of questions, a lot of confusion about what they actually are, and can you access them? Is it something that you can actually go and see? So let's dive in. So the Akashic Record is basically a record of your lives from beginning to end. So right from your very big existence, this has been recording you. So from this life and all your past lives before it. So that's a pretty important and amazing record, right? Because don't we all want to know? So where are these cows? There is a place on the other side, and it's called the Hall of Records. And this is where everything is housed, where you can find all the records for absolutely everyone that has ever existed, and where you will actually go when you pass. And you will go and look at your life chart over there to see what you learned, what you didn't learn, what you could have done better, what you did amazing. It's really an amazing process. And we'll do another video about what happens when you die and the whole process of going through that. But for today, let's just focus on the life charts, your Akashic records. So basically, like I said, it houses absolutely everything. So this is where people get confused because they think, well, why can't I just go and look at it all? And the reason is you have to live this life. This is the one you need to focus on. When you are on the other side, you can go and view absolutely everything. Not only do you get to view yours, but you can go and view other people's, which is pretty cool. But for this life, you need to focus on the action, right? Focus on the task at hand because it can get really overwhelming when you are spending way too much time in the spiritual world. You're not going to learn the lessons in this one, and you're not going to create a life that you absolutely love. And I find a lot of people that dive too deep into that kind of stuff, they end up in really dark places. And I 100% don't want you to go down that route. So here's where it also gets confusing is people think everything is predetermined, right? That everything that is going to happen in their life is already written, right? So they don't really have a choice. And that is 100% not true. Yes, you do pre-plan. Yes, you do mark it down, all the things you want to experience, all the things you want to do. And that's the thing, it's all the things and all the different possible routes that you can take. You plan all those things. And when you are living your life, you get to choose which path you take. And that will determine what gets recorded into your life chart. So does that make sense? So even though it is already planned, it's not recorded yet because you haven't chosen it yet. So it's when you choose those options that it gets recorded. The other thing that gets very confusing is the fact that even though these options have already been pre-planned, it doesn't mean you're living all of them. And I find that that gets very confusing, especially when you dive deep spiritually. I want to keep everything as simple as possible. Um, are there multiple lives that you can live? 100%, but you just need to focus on this one. You're not jumping timelines, you're not diving all over the place. You are just simply navigating the map, right? Do I want to go left now? Do I want to go right? It's like one of those choose your own adventure books, right? They give you your options and you're like, go this way, go that way. And depending on which one you choose is going to determine which gets recorded, right? Does that make sense? So I don't want you to worry about different timelines. Oh, I want to jump from here to here and all that kind of stuff. If it's in your heart, if it's in your soul, go for it. If it feels good, go for it. And that's one of the things that I really focus on in the Heart and Soul membership is doing the things that feel right for you. Because what feels right for you isn't going to feel right for me. And it's not going to feel right for you, the people that are important to you. And that's why people get really discouraged when people don't take their advice, right? Because they're like, well, I think you should do this. This is the right path for you. And your heart's saying, no, it's not. No, it's not. Because your soul has access to that life chart. It wrote it. It wrote it. So it knows exactly what path is right for you. Is there anything such thing as a wrong decision? 100%. There's no such thing as a wrong path. You choose it, right? You can always choose better. So if you make a mistake and you're like, shit, this is the wrong thing for me, I shouldn't have done this, then start from that very moment. Don't stay in the shit. From that very moment, I want you to choose something better. That's how you're going to create a life you love, not staying stuck in the mud and the disappointment and the negativity. It's always every single moment of your life choosing something better. Choose something better, choosing what feels right and true for you. So I hope that helps about the Akashic Records. Like I said, I will do a whole nother video all about what happens when you die, the process, going to the other side, going to the Hall of Records, looking at your chart. Because I promise you, there is nobody judging you. There is nobody that's going to say you're going to heaven, you're going to hell. Doesn't exist. It's not going to happen. But you will go to the Hall of Records and you will see everything. And I think it's so magical because you actually get to see how you impacted the people in your world that you didn't get to see in the moment. And I promise you, it's just gonna touch your heart and change you in so many ways. But yeah, so even though you plan stuff, it's not chosen until you pick it, right? So you have all these options and you just get to pick and choose what feels right and what feels good to you, what you want to experience. If you don't want to experience the bad stuff, stop choosing it. If you've been stuck in the negative world where it just feels like that cloud is over your head, stop choosing it because I promise you, there is a path in your chart that takes you to better places, but you have to pick it. It's not going to just magically happen. There's not going to be this storm that happens and you change timelines and all of a sudden you're in this wonderful world. It's not going to happen. It's you. You need to happen. And I want to help you get there. So yeah, we can go look at your life charts together and see what your options are, right? What's going to play better? Because yeah, you might have three job options and one of them is going to give you the life you want. The others are okay. They're going to pay your bills, but they're not going to light you up. And that's the difference, right? Having those options and saying, okay, this is what I would rather do versus me telling you this is what's happening because it's not going to happen until you choose it. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions about the life charts, about your Akashic records, please feel free to reach out. Like I said, you will have the opportunity to go when you pass away and look at absolutely everything. But right now, just focus on you and focus on today and the choices that you're making. That's the important thing. And like I said, we can sit down and see what the path ahead shows, and what you choose will determine on which way you go. So anyways, I'm Linda, like I said, and I'm so glad that you are here, and I can't wait to connect with you some more. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.